Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to create a card for Spellbinders and we're going to use the Small Die of the Month Club Kit for October 2020. This month's club kit is called Fall Leaves Card Creator and I am super excited I get to play with this. There's 8 cutting dies in here, and this corner piece, when you add this little long piece, it's meant to go connect like a puzzle piece, and it will create a frame that I believe is an A2 size frame, so it will fit an A2 size card beautifully. So that is super neat. And then there's also some extra leaf dies in here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit while I do some die cutting, but there's the leaf dies in there have embossed detail, which makes it super pretty. We're going to start off by taking some Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock, and we're going to do a little ink blending with some oxide inks. I have 3 different colors. We're using Wild Honey, Festive Berries, and then Dusty Concord. This year I just wanted to kind of go outside the orange and yellow and red theme for fall. I wanted to just bring in a little extra colors. So we're using Dusty Concord here. I'm ink blending on the top, and then after Dusty Concord we're going to bring in our Festive Berries, and after Festive Berries we're going to bring in Wild Honey. And my kitty cat, I have baskets on my craft desk, and my little Princeton here kind of missed a basket. It almost slid off the table if you heard that noise. But I'm ink blending all 3 colors together here. I'm going from end to end, and I was trying to think maybe I could put all 4 of those corners on this panel, but I do end up creating one more panel, and then I can just die cut out 2 of those corners on each one of my panels. So we have 4 in total. And I missed a spot here, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that Wild Honey. Okay, we're just going to punch out all the little pieces, and isn't that so pretty? I just love the detail in here. So neat. Okay, those are all done. Okay, our ink blending's done. We're going to set our oxide inks aside. And then we are going to take the leaves that are in the die set. Both of the leaves that are extra in here again have embossed detail, but they are the perfect size and shape of your corners, so you can add dimension for each one of those corners, which is nice. I'm going to die cut out just the fall leaf one. That's like a traditional leaf, but I'm going to die cut this out with gold cardstock. I did it 4 times, and the amount of leaves that you're die cutting out are the amount of leaves that are in your corner. I decided to use Grateful for my sentiment. There is Thankful and Blessed, so 3 sentiments, and they're in a real pretty font. I'm going to die cut out my Grateful with gold cardstock, but my gold cardstock I got at, I think, Hobby Lobby or Michael's, maybe Michael's, and it curls. So just to flatten it a bit, I'm adding fun foam behind it. I use adhesive back fun foam. So this is going to actually give me the dimension that I want, and it's going to flatten out my sentiment too. I ran that through my die cut machine, and my Grateful is ready to go with dimension. If you don't want to add fun foam, you guys can just layer like 3 or 4 together to create a little bit more of a height for your sentiment. Just a little bit more of definition. And there we go. We're going to set that aside, and then I am going to use my little gold leaves, and instead of putting, even though they're gorgeous because there is the embossed detail, I'm going to flip over my corners, and I'm going to add a dot of glue behind each one of the fall leaves. There's oak leaves and maple leaves, and so I'm going to use a dot of glue just on those leaves, and then I'm going to add the gold to them. So the back side of my gold cardstock is like the craft. So you want to put the gold facing your mat, and this and just offset them on the leaves just a little bit. This way when you're done, when you flip it over, you just have a little bit of that gold peeking out. I immediately okay, this is what I like to do. A lot of you guys ask, how do I get my inspiration? But sometimes, most of the time, when I get the product in and I see it, my mind goes, okay, this would make a fabulous square card. So well, obviously I can't create right away, but if I remember, I'll jot it down. And I immediately thought with this die set that it would make a really pretty square card with lots of glam. So that's what we're going for today. We're going to turn our A2 size panel that you can create with this card creator, I'm going to turn it into a square card. Show you something a little bit different you can do with a die set. So I have all my leaves offset on the back side here, and you can see that gold peeking out, and I think it looks so pretty, guys. It looks very elegant. We're going to add a little bit more glam. Maybe could be too much glam, but I think I love the way it turned out. I'm going to do the same thing to the rest of my little corners here. Add a dot of glue over those maple and oak leaves, and then we'll offset them upside down on the back side here. And I misplaced one of my maple leaves. I don't know what I did with it, so I have to end up die cutting it out one more time. We'll do that in a little bit. But those are all ready to go. Next, we are going to take 2 pieces of cardstock. I'm going to take the gold that measures 5 inches by 5 inches, and then I have a piece of white cardstock that measures 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. I'll take the white cardstock and I'm going to do a little bit of embossing. This is a very large embossing folder from Spellbinders. It's a brick pattern. If they still have it, I'll link it down below. I'm not sure if they do or not, but I just wanted some texture in the background. I'm going to go ahead and add tape behind it, and then I'm going to add this to my gold cardstock. This is going to help flatten it, and it's going to add a little shimmer on the edges here. Once this is matted, I'm going to bring in my card bases. If you guys want some nice card bases, these are from Spellbinders. There's 25 in a pack. They are 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch card bases. They're a little bit lighter weight. They're 80 pound. They're made with Nina 80 pound cardstock, so you could copic color on these if you wanted to. But 25 in a pack, and I think the price points on them nice for that. And then they have coordinating envelopes, which makes it super nice. So anyway, I'm rambling. I added my panel to my square card. Next, I'm going to take some small foam squares and we're going to add it. The foam squares were the perfect size to add right behind all of the leaves. And I almost forgot to add one more gold leaf here, or if I can find the other one. I ended up die cutting out one more leaf and adhering that. But we're just adding foam squares behind all of the leaves, and then also the solid corner piece. That you would connect that one long piece together to create your A2 frame. I added one foam square behind there. I'm going to add this directly in my panel, and I wanted I maybe went overloaded with my foam squares, but I didn't want to sag in any area. I'm going to do that to all of my pieces, and then I'm going to, instead of putting them corner on the outside, I'm putting corner on the inside. So it's going to create a real pretty almost circle shape. I love the way this turned out. And then with that gold, and then it lifted with the dimension, it really does look pretty. You'll see in the still shots how pretty it looks. I'm going to add a glue behind my sentiment. I used the adhesive back part on my cardstock, so I'm just adding some glue on that fun foam, and this is going to go over the seam where I joined all those together. The fun foam wanted to curl. I'm not sure if it was my gold cardstock or not, so I'm just going to weight it down with my acrylic block just so it can set a little bit. But last but not least, I do have to add a little bit more glitz and glam, and I'm using my Fun Stamper's Journey. These are called Rainbow Drops. They are so pretty, and they actually have the same colors that I want to use on my card. So I'm using a yellow, an orange, a purple, and a red. And I'm just adding, there's 3 different sizes, so each one of these corners are going to have 3 different sizes on them. The top left has the yellow, the bottom left has orange, top right has red, and then the bottom right has purple. And I just love the way it turned out. It kind of reminds me of jewelry. I don't know why, but I just think it turns so, it'd be a really pretty, elegant Thanksgiving card, I think. But that's my project for today, guys. If you're interested in the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month Club Kit, I'll list it down below. These are the envelopes that go with those card bases. They're really nice weight of a card base, and you don't have to look online for a card base that will match your scorecards. Spellbinders has it for you. Thanks for joining me. Have a lovely day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.